Welcome into another video. This time we're going over my top 3 bounce back players of 2023. Now, we're going to start it all off here with Matthew Stafford. A lot of people seem to forget about what Matthew Stafford really is and what he's about. The guy is a phenomenal quarterback, and it was just a couple seasons ago he came over from the Detroit Lions. Now they're talking about Super Bowl bound because their defense is phenomenal and Matthew Stafford's running up the show. The dude is a 4,000 yard monster year in and year out, pretty much for almost his entire career. They've got Cooper Kupp back into the mix, Van Jefferson looking like a good wide receiver, Cam Akers in the backfield, which is serviceable, Tyler Higbee at the tight end position. Matthew Stafford's a good quarterback, and people are kind of writing him off. Let's look at last season. He had 2,087 yards and 10 touchdowns, and we have to remember that 9 out of the last 12 seasons, Matthew Stafford has thrown 4,000 yards or more in the entire season. Guys, we're starting to forget about what Matthew Stafford can bring to the plate when we're talking about a fantasy quarterback. He's a quarterback you could probably get at the very end of your draft. You can punt quarterback, load up on all these other positions, and grab Matthew Stafford, who easily could be a top 10 quarterback in the league. He's like a free square for you guys, and he's not even being drafted in any leagues. Guys, let's stop thinking that Matthew Stafford's broken. He's got probably one of the best wide receivers in the game of football right now in Cooper Kupp. They've got a connection. Go on a limb, grab Matthew Stafford. You'll be happy that you did, and you're going to win a lot of ball games. Okay, let's move right along. Let's go over to my second bounce back player, and I'm going to say Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, I know everybody's like, oh, his injuries, yada, 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 all of this. Look, he's back. He's healthy. He has a new contract. He's got new weapons, Odell Beckham and Zay Flowers. He's still got Mark Andrews. He's got a plethora of running backs in the backfield, from J.K. Dobbins, the Kenyon Drake, and everybody else whoever they want, So they're signing people. Well, not Kenyon Drake. Kenyon Drake was the year before. They got Melvin Gordon now. See, they're changing their running backs all over the place. Even I get confused sometimes. But they just signed Melvin Gordon as well. But J.K. Dobbins should be the running back. But regardless, Lamar Jackson is going to be the man for this football team. Let's just look at what he did last year when he was injured. In 2022, he had 2,242 yards and 17 touchdowns to follow up with 764 yards rushing with 3 touchdowns. What happened in 2021? 3,127 yards, 36 touchdowns, 1,206 yards and 7 touchdowns. It seems like people are forgetting what Lamar Jackson is, and even this season with the new offensive coordinator, looks like they're going to be even passing even more. You mixed it up with a quarterback who likes to run for over 1,200 yards. Y'all, even if he runs for 1,000 yards, that's a huge bonus at the quarterback position. Lamar Jackson could easily be the #1 fantasy quarterback in the NFL, and not many people would question that. He could beat Patrick Mahomes just because of what he can give you with his feet. Right now, I mean, he is just a definite bounce back. He was injured last season, which is why his numbers were so low, and people are kind of counting him out a little bit. But don't forget about Lamar Jackson. Definitely a bounce back candidate for 2023. Go over my last guy today as a bounce back candidate. I'm going to say Courtland Sutton. People aren't knowing the impact that Sean Payton can have on this offense. If he can get Russell Wilson working together, it looks like Courtland Sutton is a lot trimmer, a lot thinner. He's working on his route running. He's wanting to be a dominant wide receiver in the NFL. Let's just look over at his 2022 stats, where he had 829 yards and 2 touchdowns. 2019, mostly with Joe Flacco, he had 1,112 yards and 6 touchdowns. If you don't think he can get over 1,000 yards and 6 touchdowns with Russell Wilson, that's a problem, okay? That's something that you got to work on mentally in your brain. But I'm just telling you, over 1,000 yards is in store for Courtland Sutton, and you can get him at a huge discount this season. People are writing him off. I don't know why. Okay, I wouldn't do it. The offense is going to get a lot better. Courtland Sutton will be a 1,000 yard receiver, and you can get him on the cheap. But look, guys, those are my quick video here for my top 3 bounce back players of 2023. Get some of these guys on your roster. Go win yourself a championship. Hit a like on this video. Subscribe so you don't miss any of the videos we put out. I can't wait to see you guys on the next video. We'll see you guys next time.